Linh nói về chủ đề là ngữ pháp. Ngữ pháp. Today I talk about uh, grammar. Uh, when I review about the program of JAD and I review about how to study, but since I talk about how to study a lot, so I focused on what to study. After I decided this, reviewing about what to study, then I check out the contents, especially the contents from my language partners and the contents that is the Vietnamese grammar for English learners. It is explained in English. So, and then I review the contents on um, my YouTube channel by using Notebook LM. I created the contents with some Google document with from the contents presented by uh, my language partners. So it's a good way to figure out and how to know and what to know. And then I realized that the efficiency of grammar. So I think about the grammar in languages. For example, um, people say when we communicate in languages, the grammar is not necessary, but in terms of the um, planning, just like formula of mathematics or uh, blueprints in architecture and or the guide and the skills in sports and all the training method is presented by the guide, just like the grammar in languages. So in language, if we understand about the grammar, we know about the fundamental, the foundation of the languages. So we don't make mistake. We much more easier, just like the high frequency was, and that we use frequently because the grammar pattern also be used a lot and with yeah, some kind of the tense, order of the word and then phrase and sentence, and how to make a negative sentence, how to make question, how to use some basic words, and also the group of nouns and adjective and adverb. These are the rules or promise in using languages. So the grammar is necessary. And after knowing about the grammar patterns, if we focus on listening and speaking in good pronunciation for good communication, then we can much more understand, and then we don't have make mistakes, and we can reduce the mistakes by doing that, and we can improve remarkably. So I think the grammar is important when we learn foreign languages. Also, I realized that with the contents that written for English learners uh, who uh, Vietnamese learners who speak English, and that comparison is very important in grammar. For example, when I learn Korean grammar, I don't need just like I don't have to compare with the other languages. For example, English or Vietnamese. At the same way, if I learn Vietnamese, I needed to, when I learned the Vietnamese grammar, I needed to compare with the Korean and the English if I know, and then comparison with the Other language, when we learn foreign language, is very useful. But native languages, just we can learn about the grammar is itself. So and then, the same ways, if the Vietnamese learn Korean, and then they should know the Korean grammar by comparing the Vietnamese and with the Korean, and also if they learn Vietnamese as a national language, they don't have to compare with other languages, just learning. The reason why it's very important part to when we learn foreign languages. So we needed to know about the grammar in itself, and also we needed to know about the difference between foreign language and our languages, first language, and also trying to compare to understand the quickly. And by doing that, we can manage it. But in the end, the using foreign language is very speedy. So, and then when we speak naturally and we speak fast, we listen quickly. And also that the normal speed is very fast. So the best way to learn and get used to and be fluent in foreign language, use the language only. It means study Vietnamese in Vietnamese, study Korean in Korean. For doing that, and then preparing some basic foundation is very important. Uh, Now I can get the contents here. Can copy. Let me see then with AI. In English, make content of how to use grammar to learn foreign language. Uh, Learning about the grammar is the foundation when we learn foreign languages. And also comparison with the native language and foreign language is also important. After group reading with now I get intention. I don't say translate into Vietnamese. Okay, let's go for English. I can copy with this short content from AI. Then I can get content comparing how to use the grammar to learn foreign languages. Learning grammar is the foundation of studying any foreign language. Grammar gives us the structure, the blueprint of how a language works, while some people say that grammar isn't necessary for communication. Understanding it helps us communicate more accurately and confidently. Grammar is like a mathematical formula, an architectural blueprint, or a sports technique manual. It provides the principle that makes the system work. When we understand grammar, we can reduce mistakes, express ideas clearly, and build a stronger listening and speaking skill. For example, grammar teaches us the order of words in a sentence, how to make a negative or passive sentence, how to use the tenses and connect idea, how to classify words such as noun, verb, and adjective and adverb. Once we understand these grammatical patterns, we can focus on listening, speaking, and pronunciation, which improve communication influence. And grammar is also important for language comparison. When learning Vietnamese, for example, I compare it with Korean and English to understand difference in sentence order, tense usage, and expression. This comparison helped me grasp the structure of Vietnamese more deeply. If we learn our native language like Vietnamese or Korean, we don't need to compare it with another one. We simply understand that logic directly. But when we learn foreign languages, comparison becomes an essential tool. Finally, grammar helps us to learn language faster. So once we have a strong foundation in grammar, we can speak naturally, listen faster, and process information more quickly, just like a native speakers do. In summary, grammar is not just a rule book, and it's the foundation, the plan, and the technique that helps us master foreign languages efficiently. Okay.